I'm going to help you change your life one thought at a time. My name is Michelle Raza, and I created Finding Yourself SATX Life Coaching in 2017 to help people like you achieve success by first writing out your personal vision statements, then translating these into actionable goals, and most importantly, meeting often enough with your coach to be held accountable and achieve success. You can start your journey today with our digital packages for only 99 cents. Please check out my website. It's at www.findingyourselfsatxlifecoaching.com. Today we're going to go through an excerpt of Chapter 1 of Dr. Lindsay Gibson's Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents on the origin of emotional loneliness. Thanks for being here with me. On page 7, Dr. Gibson states, emotional loneliness comes from not having enough emotional intimacy with other people. It can start in childhood due to feeling emotionally unseen by self-preoccupied parents, or it can arise in adulthood when an emotional connection is lost. If it's been a lifelong feeling, it points to the likelihood of not being sufficiently emotionally responded to as a child. Growing up in a family with emotionally immature parents is a lonely experience. These parents may look and act perfectly normal, caring for their child's physical health and providing meals and safety. However, if they don't make a solid emotional connection with their child, the child will have a gaping hole where true security might have been. The loneliness of feeling unseen by others is as fundamental a pain as physical injury, but it doesn't show on the outside. Emotional loneliness is a vague and private experience, not easy to see or describe. You might call it a feeling of emptiness or being alone in the world. Some people have called this feeling existential loneliness, but there is nothing existential about it. If you feel it, it came from your family. Children have no way of identifying a lack of emotional intimacy in their relationship with a parent. It isn't a concept they have. And it's even less likely that they can understand that their parents are emotionally immature. All they have is a gut feeling of emptiness, which is how a child experiences loneliness. With a mature parent, the child's remedy for loneliness is simply to go to the parent for affectionate connection. But if your parent was scared of deep feelings, you might have been left with an uneasy sense of shame for needing comforting. When the children of emotionally immature parents grow up, the core emptiness remains, even if they have a superficially normal adult life. Their loneliness can continue into adulthood if they unwittingly choose relationships that can't give them enough emotional connection. They may go to school, work, marry, and raise children, but all the while they'll still be haunted by that core sense of emotional isolation. So that's pages 7 and 8 of this chapter. Beyond the introduction of this book, this is the first section of the first chapter. For me, the line, some people have called this feeling existential loneliness, but there is nothing existential about it. If you feel it, it came from your family. That line really hit home for me. But this comes with some feelings of guilt. My family gave me life, a home, food, and they didn't abuse me. So how now can I start blaming them for these feelings I have? It's not a blame game, and it's not their fault. If they are emotionally immature, they came from emotionally immature parents. Emotional maturity is not commonly taught in schools, and if you're not blessed to learn it at home, you will repeat the same mistakes of those family members around you. Most likely, they did the best they could with the information they had. But by watching this video, you are doing better. Seeking out knowledge is the first step, and you will break the cycle for your own children or for the children in your life. The other part in the excerpt that really stood out to me was, if your parent was scared of deep feelings, you might have been left with an uneasy sense of shame for needing comforting. In my childhood, I was left with the feeling that I was too much. I was told this as a child because of my need for comfort, but I am not too much, and my needs as a child were perfectly normal. However, as they were not met when I was asking quietly and nicely, I, as most children do, tended to turn up the volume. Furthermore, rejection of your need for comfort as a child, often in the form of physical comfort, such as hugs, may lead some to find it anywhere they can, which can lead to dangerous or abusive situations. The need for comfort and emotional connection is human, and there's nothing wrong with you for needing or craving it, whether it be something as simple as a hug or someone to discuss that game you were playing or movie you were watching. The need for connection is normal and healthy. It is possible to repress these feelings by shutting down your emotions, especially if you were taught that these needs were wrong in some way. However, the emotional connection you have to yourself is just as or more vital than the connection you have with others. And by shutting down the parts of you you don't like, you will most likely also shut down the parts that make you uniquely you. A better path is to follow the steps outlined by Dr. Gibson to manage these broken relationships, as well as building your own true chosen family. My favorite saying, and something that has become a mantra for me when seeking to maintain relationships with emotionally immature people, is relatedness, not relationship. I seek loving, reciprocal relationships, and I give friends and family the benefit of doubt. But the connection only goes as far as they are willing to reciprocate. And I'm okay with that because I have loving, reciprocal relationships built elsewhere. That random friend you send memes to, if you can also talk to them about real stuff, build those connections. Don't starve yourself of this need. And if nothing else, seek out therapy or a support group because suffering alone only feeds this negative spiral. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you will consider starting your journey with our digital packages. Don't wait. For 99 cents, you can begin to change your life, one thought at a time.